Make moves, not excuses.
I
What's one excuse that you've utilized this week?
didn't mean it that way.
So you meant it that way.
I didn't mean it in the way that I said it, but I meant what I was saying.
um, yeah,
Yeah. I feel like that's a man's like go-to like response. I ain't mean it that way.
I would say those that are not masterful communicators, sure. For me,
I mean,
that's not an option.
you could still be a masterful communicationist or communicator and still like succumb to your emotions and like how you say things and how you respond.
I what makes you a master is because you're disciplined enough to be able to process your emotions and frame it to the point that when it's communicated, it lands accordingly so your partner can understand it.
I don't know if anybody's that masterful to like hold on to that.
Hi, I'm Mac, a master communicator. A
No,
pleasure.
but like to hold on to like the logical side of their emotions at all times, every time.
It's not a matter of logical or not, it's a matter of knowing how to express yourself constructively.
Yeah, but
Even
at
if
no
I'm upset or sad or angry, I I'm disciplined and masterful enough where I can say, hey, I need a break and I'll come back to the conversation because right now I'm feeling a lot of big emotions and I need to process it, right? But I never succumbs to my anger or my emotions to the point where my expression is causing more harm.
Do you ever succumb to it where you're like your expression succumbs to your emotions? Not harm, good, bad, whatever, but just your reaction is based in your emotions. So like your anger is being shown in your reaction and is being shown in like how you're speaking. So you may like raise your voice a little bit louder. May curse in your responses. That's what I mean.
I understand fully. In the
So
past, yes,
uh-huh.
but nowadays, right? Because I'm from Haiti. My parents are just loud. My if my dad is talking to you, you think he's yelling at you. So I'm used to higher pitched voices not being translated as yelling. But for my partner, whenever my voice reaches a certain plateau, she feels that I'm yelling, and it forces her to kind of shrink herself. So now, no matter how angry I am, I'm very conscious of my tone of voice and my volume. And if I feel that I can't control that, I'll just say, I'm very angry right now and I don't want it to come across as yelling. So I'm going to take a little break or go on a walk to give myself more time to calm down. And when I return, we can sit down and have a conversation.
Well, I'm from New York, right? And so
So am I.
and I'm a Jamaican and from nah, that's not an excuse. No, I do understand it. It's just sometimes I when it's somebody that can make me feel, I respond within whatever feelings I'm feeling at that time. Now I can always come back and say like, you know what, my bad. I didn't mean to like raise my voice like that. I was upset and everything, but I just succumb to the emotion sometimes. And I'm still articulating what I'm feeling. It's just that my voice is being raised. I'm adding a few more fucks and shit.
That and that's the thing. Like me and my wife, we haven't had a conflict in over 5 plus years. We have disagreements, but we don't have conflict,
Mhm.
right? So there's a difference. A difference of opinion is a disagreement. Now, when we're going back and forth and no one is listening and no one is validating or processing, that's what creates a conflict. So we don't do conflicts.
Copy. Can I ask you something?
Talk to me
Do you have anything that like makes you that you're still like curious about in life to like find out?
about my personal life or in general.
Doesn't even matter. Is there anything you're still curious about in life?
A lot of things.
Those things are like dwindling for me.
What you mean?
I don't feel like an interest in like finding out anything new or like curiosity in anything like I used to. Like I used to be curious about seeing certain places in the world, like being in certain spaces, like how that would feel. And I found that I don't even really care anymore. I could care less about like the curiosity or things that I may have been missing out on.
Missing out on? Are you talking about in
Like
terms of social gatherings or just knowledge in general?
life. I'm not curious about life anymore. Like I'm not curious. I found like a lack of like ambition and curiosity. It's just whatever is gonna come next.
Is it because you found your calling and you're living out your dreams as you are now?
I don't know what it is. I just don't find myself with much care. Like I've told Mila before, like she saved my life because I didn't have anything that I felt like I really felt any curiosity that pushed me to like want to keep finding out stuff, want to keep living and shit like that. So when I met her, I got curious about, where can things go with me and her in the future? How far can things go? What can we do together? What experiences can we have? Like that's my curiosity like kicked back in. But before that, I just found myself finding less things to be curious about.
Would you say that currently you are complete? Your life is complete, like everything that you need, not one, but everything that you need, you have access to.
Yeah, but I really only feel like I need three things.
Which is
Food, water, air, love.
a home, which
Not-
ties back into love.
Like, okay, so that's on the love. I don't. I don't.
From what I know about you, right? It appears that you, to some degree, for the first time in your life, has a lot. Ha, you're having all of your needs being met on a financial level, on an emotional level, and on a creative level. So there's nothing else for you to pursue. And you also know your trajectory. So it's not a matter of when, it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when, which is why when you say you just waiting for the next thing to present itself.
Okay.
Is that right or wrong from your perspective?
Um, I don't know if it's right or wrong. It's more of like how accurate is that? It's like, yeah, I can see why. Yeah, but I don't know. I don't know if that's it per se. But I just don't. I just know that I don't find an interest in a lot of things. I don't really care. And so this started to like I started to notice it more when because I think about life and death not equally the same, but I do think about the death as in like just in a curious way, like what's happening what happened when death comes to us, like what happens when things end, and whether it be abruptly or whether it be naturally, like what what's gonna happen next when that time comes. And like my curiosity for that started to grow, not in a suicidal way, like I want to off myself right now, but in the sense of what does really happen. And I found myself more curious about what happens during death than what's gonna happen and then me living.
Okay. So I ask you this question. What should you be curious about now?
What should I be curious about?
Yeah.
Personal development, I think.
What do you mean by that?
I don't know. I don't know. You're asking me. Just asking me what should I be curious about, and I'm just guessing. Maybe I should be curious about like how I'm gonna develop and what's gonna come for me in the future. Maybe I should be curious about what next steps, what I can give back to the world. But I don't necessarily know.
According to who though? Who said that you have to be curious about those things?
Nobody. I just know this is a feeling. So I'm dwindling down on things that I actually care about and actually find curiosity and ambition in knowing more about within life. And
Do you,
my curiosity for what happens during death is still the same.
okay, it's very interesting. Would you say that you are feeling unmotivated?
No,
So you are motivated.
motivation is part of my personality. Ambition is part of my personality. But if
Uh-huh.
I don't feel ambitious or curious about something, then and it's a part of my personality, then I really just don't give a fuck anymore.
Do you feel stuck?
No,
Do you feel complacent?
no. I do feel hindered sometimes.
By what?
Life things, things come up.
Okay. Has something come up recently that may have affected your disposition?
No, it's just something that I calmly think about. I just don't necessarily have conversations around death with people because it's just an uncomfortable conversation that not a lot of people are open to talk about and be transparent on. So it's something I just keep to myself.
Why is that an area of interest for you?
Everything's an area of interest for me. Balance, like that's what I was saying. I think about life and death because I always think about both sides, right? I think about the balance of things. So when I
Mhm,
started thinking about death, and now I openly accept death, like, and in the sense of when things die in life, like relationships die, like experiences die, like you go on vacation, you leave. I am okay and I'm comfortable with like letting things go when they have run their course,
mhm,
and that includes life.
mhm.
So I think about it, and when I think about death, I get more curious about it. Been living for a long time. I haven't died for a long time.
Did you just somehow just answered your own question?
No, I don't know.
That you might be experiencing a low level of curiosity because you kind of experienced a lot in your short time here on this physical planet,
Yeah, I
right?
think I'm just tired of experiencing things.
That too, or it might be to a degree where you've mastered what you need, what you needed to master. How about this? Is it possibly because you finally have some stability in your life?
I do not have stability in my life.
Really, comes across as that. A budding career, a
I
loving family, a
make it
loving relationship.
make it look good.
So you're saying that's all for social media?
No, I'm saying I make it look good. It is good, and I also make it look good.
So
So it
it's not
seems
stable.
fine. I mean, certain things are stable. The totality of everything is not stable.
Are we ever stable in totality?
Who the fuck knows?
I mean, I'm trying to think right now. I can't remember there was a time in my life where everything was stable.
Exactly. There isn't. And then sometimes you just get tired. Just get tired.
Hmm. Are you tired?
Yes.
Do you need rest?
Depends what kind of rest we talking about, because there's that eternal rest.
I was not
It's the
referencing that rest, but do you think that's the type of rest that you actually need?
I wouldn't know. I never experienced it before.
Okay. Would that be the type of rest that you desire from your limited knowledge of it?
Yeah, because it feels so good to rest.
I
Sleep.
just want to make sure we're having the same conversation here.
Okay.
When I'm talking about rest, right?
Mhm.
It's taking the necessary time to recuperate.
Yeah.
Even you on vacation, right? Because I was stalking your IG. Looks like you're still putting in a lot of work, right? So when do you have the time to rest? Is rest part of your routine?
I think. Well, I define rest.
Rest is hopefully sleeping close to 6 to 8 hours.
Slept for 14 hours a few days ago.
That's because of jet lag, but is that the norm? You know what? That tells me that you are so tired and have not rested enough that your body shut down for 14 hours.
Also true.
You burned out.
Maybe.
You're burned out.
Maybe.
Not really excited about much. Feel a redundance when it comes to your typical day. Finding it harder to complete tasks because there's a lack of focus or inability to remain focused, and is just daydreaming on what a resting vacation would look like.
Yeah, except for the focus part. Like these things aren't like day-to-day small tasks. It's just life's totality. Like everything you said, yes, but with the whole totality of my whole life.
You tired, bro.
Of life. Not a
Like,
lot. Like remember, I think one of the sessions when you were saying that for makeup sex,
mm-hmm.
start a little argument. I was like, it just I've just done that shit so much, like I'm tired of it. It doesn't excite me anymore. I've just done so much shit in life. I'm just tired. So my curiosity goes into what I haven't done before, which is that.
I wonder if just based on your history, there was always something to take care of when it came to you, something to address, like a challenge, like an oppressor in your life. I'm wondering, since currently, from what I know, you don't have that. You've kind of been stable to some degree. There's no oppressor in your life. If
I'm, I'm
if that
stable.
calmness is making you, if I'm wondering if that calmness and that safety and security being interpreted as boredom to you because there's not a challenge to overcome.
Well, no, this specific feeling right now isn't a feeling I just had. This specific feeling I started having before I met Mila, right? So instability, stability, having a bunch of shit, not having a bunch of shit, and like the current state of my life isn't what's affecting or changing or whatever. It's the totality of my whole life. Is when I think about the whole thing and the amount of shit that I've done or shit that I have to do, shit that I've went through, shit that I have to go through. I'm tired of it all.
Mm-hmm.
Loving, caring, doing, not doing. It's all exhausting.
Mm-hmm.
Exhausted at this point. Knowing, not knowing, learning like perspectives, all the different nuances, looking at fucking people be stupid, looking at people be smart and make stupid decisions. It's all fucking tiring, right? And none of it is interesting anymore. What the fuck are we doing here?
Wonder.
What are we doing?
It sounds like you've kind of gave up on humanity.
I no. I have nothing but faith in humanity. And because I have faith in humanity and we still do dumb shit, that's exhausting. If I gave up, I have nothing to worry about. Y'all could go do the dumb shit y'all want to do. That's getting up.
Define you giving up. What does that look like?
Giving up is not giving a fuck about what anybody does. I care about what everybody does.
Everybody?
Exhausting. Not caring is not exhausting. Not caring is I ain't got to do shit no more if I don't care. Everybody,
Who is it that you care about?
huh?
Who do you care about?
Care about everybody.
So,
I care about humanity as a whole, and I care about those who are closest to me. That's exhausting to care, to continuously keeping that energy of care. That's who I am. There's no energy to give out on shit that I don't give a fuck about anymore, so it's not tiring.
Did they ask you to care to that degree?
No.
Like, or is the care where I'm trying to get at is it sounds as if that you have become disappointed or overwhelmed by your expectations of what people should be doing as opposed to
Disappointed,
what they
not
are
overwhelmed.
doing.
Disappointed. Disappointed, yes. I don't think I'm overwhelmed.
Uh,
I'm not gonna like, let humanity stress me. I understand like what humanity is, who they are, who we are as a whole, totality. It's not gonna overwhelm me, but it is
Yeah.
disappointing.
So you're disappointed by what you've seen others do that you care for. But why does it impact you to this degree? To some degree, it's their life, it's their decision. Why
It's,
does why
it's
does
not,
it impact you?
but it's not there like it's a few people. It's everyone. I care about everybody. I think it's very natural and normal to care about humanity. The insensitive and the disconnect about caring about every single person that is in the world is inhumane.
Okay.
So I think caring for everybody and having that intensity is normal. I don't think that's yeah, I think that should be the standard. We should all care for each other. But that shit is tiring.
We should, but we don't.
And, but me caring or not me caring doesn't make me like abnormal. I think this shit is normal.
Yeah, but I also wonder, are your expectations of society as a whole, is it realistic? Because we're governed by survival of the fittest,
I mean,
right? So this harmonious um Czechoslovakia utopia concept that you are envisioning of society, it's not realistic.
I don't envision a utopia with society.
You said people out there being stupid and behaving in a way that's non-conducive to humanity.
Yeah. Yeah. That doesn't mean that I expect everybody to be in a utopian society. This is that the more people are doing more stupid shit than smart shit.
That's a fact. People are performing nowadays. This
Yeah.
phone
Yeah.
acting up for absolutely no reason. There's a
Yeah.
lot of performative behaviors that are taking place. And you're right, they're being stupid.
Okay.
I agree with you.
So
My fate in society is the lowest it's ever been.
actually my faith in society is actually growing.
Based on what?
The cycle of man.
Say more.
You never heard of the cycle of man?
I have not.
So basically it's that strong men create no, what was it? Hard times create strong men, strong men create easy times create weak men, and weak men create hard times create strong men.
Okay, so where are we currently?
We're in strange times creating very strong men. About to come everything soon.
You see,
But all of this doesn't mean that I want a utopian society. All this doesn't mean that I need things to change. It's an observation of where I am born in this lifespan of humanity,
I got you.
and it's fucking tiring.
Yeah. And I'll challenge you as far to say I don't think define strong men nowadays, right?
A child, I don't even know. I honestly, me.
I rest my case, right? Because again, there are so many factors that are contributing to what's happening in society as a whole that I don't know if that next lineage can go back or can I don't know what that's going to look like in general.
Gonna happen. It's natural. That's natural.
Men have the lowest testosterone rate in history.
Don't know that. You don't know all of history. We don't know all of history.
Studies
Studies have shown.
studies
much different
states
conversation.
that currently this is the lowest level testosterone rate for multiple reasons.
Oh no, I don't disagree with you.
The food that we are eating,
Yeah.
right? It's mass produced. It's
Mhm.
chemically based. Even though we're making a lot of headways in technology, big pharma is heavily invested in maintaining unhealthy bodies within the world so they can continue to make a profit, right? So I don't see us coming out of that anytime soon, unless we all move to Costa Rica, go 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 live out in the jungle, and
Just fuck everything up. You can't. We all can't move to Costa Rica. We all can't.
those of us that know better, I guess.
So then this is the weak time creating
Weak,
strong.
strong man.
Weak time is gonna make the people say, "Oh, we should go to Costa Rica. We should then be in this space to regain our strength. Once we're in this space to regain our strength, who are we gonna raise? Strong
Stronger.
kids
Yeah,
who grow to be strong."
adults. Man,
But that's a cycle. This is
I'm gonna
not the
tell
first
you
time.
why you're right. Just 3 weeks ago, I told my wife we need to move out of America. I went to Curacao, and I took a little quick vacay, and I really enjoyed the slow pace island life, the community living, the strong family aspects.
We go back to it's the cycle. We go back. It happens. It's not the first time it's happened. It happens. We grow into now as we do things, and something comes across that makes us go, you know what, we got to get back to being grounded. We get grounded, we in the dirt, we doing all these things, and then we start advancing in technology again to make things easier for us to be in the dirt. We get in the dirt, we get out the dirt, and then we're like, oh shit, we're out the dirt. We got to go back.
I miss that. I miss that. I handed my wife a mango and she asked for a knife to eat it. I was so disgusted by that. You need a knife to eat a mango? Bro, I used to climb a mango tree, take that shit off, wash it real quick, and murder it in 30 seconds.
Exactly.
It's just we become so dependent on all of these unnecessary things. Yeah, these tools.
We become more dependent on tools, and then when there's too much tools, we just go back to using our hands. It's a natural cycle. All right, let's use even fucking rap right now, right? We had hard times. What did we create? Rap music. Rap music. We created a easy way for like us to make millions and stuff. What does that happen? You get a bunch of people that can come in and just rush right in, right? Create a bunch of rappers. Then what happens? You get the women that step up. And now what do we have to do as the men? Compete again.
Yeah.
And
And we're
step up.
going back to the essence of rapping now.
And that exactly. And that is a very small example of generations. And it's a natural cycle. I just happened to fucking drop in at 1991. So now I'm annoyed.
Your brain continues to fascinate me. Like, do you just wake up and be like what does your ritual look like that allows you to get mentally in those spaces?
What I be telling you, there is no ritual to get there. People need to get there. I'm there. And that's fine. I'm there.
Okay.
I about everyone. I consider everyone and everything. It's exhausting.
So as a strong man, what is your next step?
Keep going.
Keep going where?
Who knows? Who knows? We keep on going. We just keep moving. And naturally, I am ambitious enough, self-motivated enough to just keep on going. I don't stop.
No wonder there's a lack of curiosity for you. You've already figured out the equation. We stopped paying attention in class when we already got it. You already got it. So what is there to be curious about?
This is what I'm trying to say. I don't find much things to be curious about. It's the downside of knowing. And now I'm finding things. I mean, I could find more things to learn about, become more knowledgeable in, but in the grand scheme of life,
I think I have fully bought into you now, of you already being there.
you've invested into me.
Yeah, and no, I've bought in. Like I've been close, I've wondered, I've contemplated, but now I'm fully bought in. You know what you're talking about.
Are you trying to tell people what I'm talking about?
You a prophet? Are you one of us?
I don't give myself any titles.
A humbling man is a man that has already arrived.
I just know where I am in life. If wherever anyone else wants to like value me and put my value or worth in certain spaces, that's on who the fuck ever to do that. I know where I am in life, right? Everything else is up to everybody else.
What troubles you the most about society?
Self-deprivation and hate.
Say more about that.
If self-deprivation is just like speaking bad about yourself and shit like that, right? Yeah, that shit irritates my soul. That's my pet peeve.
Yeah, and to add to that, I think nowadays no one is ever fully happy about themselves. There's so many things that they wish they could change, and even when they change it, it's not enough. It's a continuum. I must be perfect, even though I know perfect is not possible, because the way that I view myself also depends on how the majority receives me.
Wow, you're good.
I'm one of the best in the game, but you know, if you've arrived, I am arriving.
Yeah. So,
what can we do, man?
I don't know. You're the expert. You want to give me an exercise or something? Something I can't do? Is there anything I can't do?
I am not the expert. I am a student of life. I may have a skill set that I may be more knowledgeable in compared to others. No expert. I'm always learning, brother. I don't use the term expert ever.
Well, you got all the skills. You let me know.
Well, you have all of the foresight. You let me know.
Like the Spider-Man thing. You the healer. No, you're the healer.
Exactly. Can also get some lottery numbers or something like, man, I think that was an incredible observation from you. I would challenge you to turn that into a book.
2768395 lottery number. I'll be mad when it's a winner.
I don't watch tomorrow when this shit drop.
I'll be mad.
Oh, I'll be so mad at myself.
I want to write that down.
I'll replay back the tape. It's in my dad. Yeah. Go play that real quick. Box. Oh man, that's crazy.
My bad. So what were you saying before I gave you numbers?
I mean, I don't even know what to say. It's just I understand how you are feeling. I myself have similar feelings. I don't know what's happening. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's next. But I think that we need to get back to community living where there's more support. And we really need to take control of the media, because I think there's an agenda. Not an agenda. We're being influenced by a number of things and we're not even aware of it. Technology itself is influencing us. Like I can say something near my phone, then all my ads are just giving me what I just said. free will. Does free will exist nowadays?
No one exists nowadays because we choose to operate within the system. We
But
know it's
we're
there.
so heavily influenced by the system.
We're heavily comforted by the system.
It's still an influence.
The influence makes us think that we're comforted. We're not, as we think we are.
But this goes back to conditioning, right? Society has conditioned us to be a certain way our whole life.
And no, not our whole life. The generations before it. It started before.
True. And it's up to us to do the work to uncondition ourselves and be mindful of what we engage in. But again, we're so comforted by all of these tools and etc. that it's easier to just follow suit.
It's up to us to use the free will to do that work, because it's easy to be comforted by all these tools. So it's the free will. We just choose not to use it.
But it's so convenient, man.
It's so comfortable, isn't it?
I get an Amazon delivery the same day. I don't even need to leave my house to go grocery shopping. I don't gotta go on MapQuest no more to find directions.
So
Just
now that
into my phone.
So now that you have that feeling, imagine telling somebody, yo, let's go to Costa Rica so you can put your hand in the dirt, so you can feel what hunger feels like, and you got to go find your own food.
I would be up for that challenge because I understand the control that these tools has over me, and I would like to break it.
But
given the opportunity, I would follow through.
Not everyone is strong enough to accept the hard times. But what has to happen is the hard time has to come naturally on its own, and then everybody will have to be forced to follow suit and become stronger.
I create hard times. I create hard times for me.
I'm tired of hard times. So you see, everybody's on a different page. I'm the one that's tired of the hard times.
Hard times that is being controlled by myself. Like waking up at 4 a.m. That's hard times for me nowadays, right? Not on a societal level. But yeah, good shit, man.
Yeah. You ain't got no skilled exercises to give me to like help with this thought process?
This is a philosophical approach, right? So there's not really a way to handle this. I would say just continue to journal and get your thoughts on paper and realize, and so you can be more aware of your emotions and what you're thinking and how you are feeling.
Yeah, like me and my depression I've been having a good time right now.
And this whole time, that's what I've been wondering. Are you currently experiencing symptoms of depression?
I mean, yeah, but this is not like based on the conversation now. It's not correlated, because I've had these thoughts before. These are just thoughts I've had. I just haven't had anybody to speak to them yet.
Yeah. Good point. But yeah, let's follow through by giving you an assessment to see where you are in terms of depression and anxiety, and take a closer look at that to see if there's any mental health issues that's currently affecting you in this season.
All right, let's do it next session.
Yes, sir.
Great.
My man. Big, bigger, be great. Talk to Matt. Out.